Peaceful vibrations, everybody. I don't own the rights to the music. You already know what I have to say and all this nonsense. Um, but I just wanted to. Oh, now I'm live. Hey, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I know kind of late, but that's okay. Let me just adjust a little bit. This lovely shirt, two of my sisters got this for me, even though I'm not with the Pan Africanism as much anymore. Well, really at all. But I do appreciate the thought and the beautiful T-shirt. I love the color yellow. But anyway, what y'all doing? What y'all up to? If y'all up, um, just wanted to say hi to everyone. Talk to everyone briefly. Um, Nothing major. I just wanted to follow up with my cooking channel. Some of you guys have been asking about some of the recipes and different things that I've been putting up. My cooking channel is going to consist of recipes that are in the book and recipes that are not in the book. Um, However, I haven't been posting anything new because I had to get the technology together. I thank you all for your patience and bearing with me because I am not as tech savvy as I would like to be. But in addition to that, please take into account that I literally do everything with my own hands by myself. So I am running a cooking channel. I am doing the metaphysics with the numerology and astrology. I am managing my book. I am doing side jobs for extra cash. I am doing a ton of things. So I thank everyone for their patience, and I will definitely put some more recipes up hopefully this week. Hey, cousin, how are you? Good morning. Peaceful awakening, peaceful. Some people say peaceful rising. I say peaceful vibrations, peaceful awakening, all that good stuff. Um, but yeah, I've been taking heed to some of the things that people actually want me to show them how to make. One of the recipes, hopefully, I actually want to do some this week. Now that I have some of the newer devices that I could possibly start using. Um, this commercial keeps coming on Spotify, but now that I have, you know, a lot more of the equipment that I needed to really film. Also, keep in mind, I'm filming by myself. I am filming myself by myself. So there's certain angles that I would like for the camera to be at, so you guys can really see the cooking process. I do a lot of different things with my cooking. Um, it is vegan cooking because I'm a vegan. Um, but it's not alkaline, but you'll see me use a lot of alkaline things, just like throughout my book. A lot alkaline in the standpoint from Dr. Sabi's list, because Dr. Sabi had a big influence on me and my veganism. However, the book is not alkaline, but it is plant-based. There's no soy product in the book. I actually have a copy of the book here. I have the only soft cover because every cover that I sell is the hard cover. So if you're interested in purchasing my book, it is called the Veggiegasm Cookbook. And this is the first of many to hopefully come. Hold on, let me skip that song. I like that song, but I don't want to hear it right now. On meditation. Oh, I love this song, Plantas Sagradas. I love this song. This is a song by an artist. Her name is yes, I have the blender. I have the blender now. I ended up leaving the blender part that I needed um at a friend's house. So I had to go and commute over to their house to get the blender. So I have the blender. I just got to get the sea moss. Or if you want to pick up the sea moss so I can make that for you, because the sea moss is really closer to where you live than where I live now. Um, but yeah, if you get the sea moss, I can go ahead and next time I'm in the city, pick it up and process it and make it into the gel and everything for you. And if you want to infuse it with some stuff. Um, Actually, one thing I kind of want to show everyone how to make on my cooking channel pretty soon is my herbal iced tea. It's something that's not in the cookbook, but it's something I make, and I call it herbal iced tea because what I do is I brew a bunch of herbs for different things. So more recently, I had a friend where her and her child were having an issue um, with a cough that they've been suffering from for months. And so I took in my herb grinder um, a certain batch and mixture of herbs that I was just guided spiritually to take to put together. And what I did was I brewed it and then I strained it and made it and sweetened it with some agave and some raw honey and made it like a homemade iced tea. Her and her kids were saying it tastes like sweet tea, but that's the point of it all. Because sometimes when you have children and they're younger, they really don't want to take medicine, but this is medicine. I'm just making it in the form of iced tea. So you can tell them, oh, it's juice or it's iced tea, but they're really receiving herbs. So I really would love to share um, how I do that. And I specifically have a way that I do it. Specifically, do not use bitter herbs because that aftertaste, that taste when they taste it, they're gonna be like, ah. So, you want it to be likable to the taste buds, but you want the kids and yourself to still take in the medicine and the herbs and the healing properties at the same time. Um, but in regards to my book, the Veggiegasm Cookbook, this is the first volume. I just wanted to share some stuff from my cookbook with you guys. In the beginning, I kind of tell my story, what led to my veganism. And I thank a lot of people who supported me throughout the process of creating my book. Um, and then I have some pictures actually in my book, like my peanut butter cup smoothie. I have a picture of it. One of the most challenging things for me in writing my cookbook is I like to think that I cook like an old black grandma. And what I mean by that is that I don't usually take measurements when I cook. So that was one of the toughest things for me in creating a cookbook, trying to sit there and jot down the measurement of how I made stuff. And because I don't take measurements usually, I don't make anything exactly the same. So it'll be good, but it won't be exactly the same. So that was one of the challenges because I just cook from spirit and vibration and just what I feel, the energy. um it's very interesting, but I have many different recipes. I have juices. I have homemade natural soda. um I have a natural honeydew soda. I have a natural pineapple soda um that I have directions in here on how to make. I have vegan French toast. A lot of people are like, how do you make French toast without eggs? Got to get the book and see. um, I have a lot of different things in here. I have juices that will help with the immune system and certain ailments that I've created for myself or for family members in different times in my life. So, like, I have a diabetic juice, which helps to keep the sugar down, and it tastes a little sweet, but it actually helps to keep the sugar down. Um, I have one that's good for vaginal health. Um, a lot of times, a lot of us women suffer from different vaginal issues. Um, several, oh, yes, thank you, cuz there's a lot of us women that suffer from a lot of womb issues. And from a physical standpoint, the womb issues are stemmed by the diet and the different things that we eat, you know. But from a spiritual aspect, the womb issues deal with a lot of times trauma. A lot of times you'll find women that have fibroids or different types of womb issues who have a history of different traumas. So or even traumas as in the form of having abortions, because that's a different trauma and spiritual thing that goes on when that happens, or miscarriages, different things. So it's very important as a woman to take care of our womb, to take care of our vaginal health, different things. So I have a juice that I call punani juice that I have in the book, which helps with the vaginal health because the type of herbs and things that it has in it. Oh, gracias por la vida. I like this one. La familia, gracias por las medicinas. Buenos días, buenos días, Buenos dias, hey yo, Anna, hey, hey. There's a friend of mine that sings this song. Buenos dias, hey yo, Anna, hey, hey, oh, hey. I have different things. I have two different ways to make vegan mac and cheese, two different styles. Um, I have like a chickpea tuna sandwich, but it's no tuna, of course, because it's a vegan book. But you make the chickpeas taste very close to tuna. And I also have there's several recipes. It's 124 pages altogether because I wanted kind of a variety. I also have a vegan potato salad recipe, which is pretty good. Actually, you forget it's vegan when you taste it. You won't even realize it's vegan. Um, but yeah, I try to be pretty versatile in my book. Some dishes are different, inspired. As y'all know, I'm proudly an American Indian. So I use squash, butternut squash, and different things inside of my recipes. Some of the recipes in the book. Um, I make fried mushrooms, and I have a certain way that I make my fried mushrooms, and a lot of people have asked me for the recipe. So I didn't give away the regular fried mushroom recipe quite, but I did put in the book lemon pepper fried mushrooms, um, which is very delicious. It has a similar taste to when I used to eat lemon pepper wings back in the day. I have empanadas. These are actual, all the pictures are actual food that I've made and had a professional photographer take pictures of. So I have these spicy tomato and kale empanadas that I make. You'll find some Hispanic dishes in the book because I grew up in the Bronx. So in the Bronx, anybody knows anything about the Bronx in New York City, it's a heavy Hispanic influence. And then I speak Spanish, so heavy Hispanic influence. Um, I even have my own twist on like an African peanut butter stew because I tried a peanut butter stew one time and I was like, this tastes pretty good. So I did it my own way and veganized it. Um, Butternut squash cornbread. I had someone message me about the butternut squash cornbread and said that when they did it, they came out the batter was a little too thick. If the batter's a little too thick, you add more liquid. That's all you do. You add more liquid to it, and taste it a little bit to make sure that it's likable to your taste buds. You might like your cornbread a little more sweet. Another suggestion I will say is to add a little more cornstarch if you want it more of a cakey kind of texture. I'm gonna do that on my YouTube cooking page one day. So I have two YouTubes that I use. One is where I do the numerology, astrology, the metaphysics, and then the other YouTube page is just dedicated specifically to my cookbook and my cooking recipes. These are my avocado fries. Yes, you heard right, avocado fries. These are some avocado fries I actually made, and I have the recipe inside of my cookbook as well. Um, Yeah. Oh, somebody asked me about my mushroom bacon recipe that I made the other day. Boom, there it is, right in my book. Mushroom strips bacon. And the texture, the way that I make it, the texture and the taste becomes a similar consistency like mushrooms. And if you're making it and it's not quite as crispy as you want it, just leave it in the oven a little bit more, but a little longer, but you have to just um, monitor it so that you get it exactly the way you want. But I have an actual recipe for the mushroom bacon inside of my book. Um, and then my book also, oh, this is a brownie recipe, carrot caramel brownies. I remember when I made those brownies. When my stepfather was alive, he passed last year. My stepfather Carrington, he would get up. He would always okay. We had this joke when we all lived together. Him, my mom, me, and he wasn't vegan of course, but I would make my little vegan dishes and experiments while I lived there and bring it to people, and he would always make jokes about all that bird food, like I don't know if I want that bird food. But then he'd get frustrated if I ain't give him a plate of my food. And when I give him a plate of the food, he'll be like, Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad. That was his way of saying that he liked the damn food. Cause don't let me give everybody else a plate or invite people over and he don't get a plate. Hmm. He be ready to fuss me out. Oh, you ain't give me. How come I ain't get no brownies? How come I? This is also a recipe that I've made before. I don't have a picture of it, but you'll see it on my Instagram page. If you're interested too, I have an Instagram page called the called Veggiegasm and Veggiegasm Cookbook. That's what it's called. Feel free to follow me on Veggiegasm Cookbook because that's where I post a lot of pictures of a lot of dishes that I make on the Veggiegasm Cookbook Instagram. Um, and that recipe that I just showed you on the book, I didn't say what it was, but it's actually a watermelon cake. Yes, you heard right, a watermelon cake. I make an actual cake out of an actual watermelon. I like to do it especially in the summertime because it's a really delicious treat, and I use some other fruits and different things like that. It's really delicious. A lot of people like it and are pleasantly surprised when they try it. Um, a lot of people are pleasantly surprised when they try it. So it's so yeah, I have lots of variety of different recipes inside of my book. Um, and there's some recipes that I'm probably going to include in the next book that I don't have in this book. For example, my chocolate vegan ice cream, I make it for my mom sometimes, and she loves it. And I use avocados and raw cacao powder to make it. Um, but she loves it, and she'd be like, "You gonna make that chocolate avocado ice cream again?" Also, this is another dish, the tomato tapenade. It's a topping that you can put on different types of breads as kind of an appetizer. A lot of people hit me up about this recipe. They love this tomato tapenade recipe. Um, and I used olives and different things with it. Let me see. I have a walnut butter recipe. So instead of peanut butter, if you're more leaning more towards the alkaline lifestyle, that's a recipe that is alkaline and you can easily make that alkaline. Um, it's a recipe that's alkaline. So instead of having peanut butter, if you crave peanut butter and jelly, make walnut butter. I got a recipe right here in my book. It's my book is selling on several different sites that I posted on my page. It's selling on Amazon. It's selling on Book Baby's website. It's selling on Martha Stewart's website. It's selling on Target. So there's many places that you guys can purchase my book. You don't have to just do it from Amazon. Um, any of those places I greatly appreciate. Let me see. I have some dips, some hummus dip. I have a hummus dip recipe inside of my book as well. There's a trick to the hummus because I used to try to make hummus in my vegan years. And I'm like, why does it keep having this bitter aftertaste? I found out the trick of it. With hummus, you get the best tasting hummus if you get skinless chickpeas or you peel the skin off the chickpeas, which can be kind of tedious because it's so many little chickpeas. But if you take the skin off of the chickpeas or you get skinless chickpeas, you won't have that funny aftertaste. So I actually have a hummus recipe, a hummus dip recipe inside of my book. I have beet ketchup. If you're someone who likes beets, I have a recipe where you can make ketchup, like your own ketchup out of the beets. Um, Different things. I have a ranch dip, vegan ranch dip for people who like ranch, and it tastes very, very close to ranch. There's some quotes of different things that I say inside of my book. And I actually have a gift for everyone who purchases my book in the back. And my gift to everyone is a food glossary that I created that breaks down the different and new, or what may be new foods or seasonings, or not seasonings, foods or herbs that I introduced throughout the book. So someone may not have heard of something like carob or chayote. Chayote is on Dr. Sabi's alkaline list. It's a very good potato substitute. You can make like chayote home fries and different things. There was a time that I was very strictly on the alkaline lifestyle. And so I am very versatile in my cooking. I consider myself, because I'm able to cook completely alkaline in alignment with Dr. Sebi's school of thought of alkalinity, or I'm able to, just do some other vegan things that are really creative as well. And one thing that I really like to do, especially for myself or for my guests, um, es- um, especially if I know that they don't have any allergies or they don't have certain conditions, I put herbs within my food. So when you eat my food, a lot of times you're getting herbs and minerals and healing properties that you may not even be realizing you're getting. I've had people eat my food and say it caused them to release so much gas out of their bodies, or eat my food and say that they have energy and different things like that. So I really, really, really appreciate stuff like that. I think that's a beautiful thing. Um, yeah. Rhubarb root. I mentioned rhubarb root, and rhubarb root is excellent for the digestive system. So there's a lot of things in addition to my book. In addition to, so Instagram, I have a few Instagram pages. I have an Instagram page where I showcase more of my dishes, my food dishes, which is called Veggiegasm Cookbook. You put the at symbol Veggiegasm Cookbook. That's one Instagram page that I have. I have my regular Instagram page. That's just my regular page where I just post about different things, what's on my heart and soul, talk a little shit. That's my unapologetic Ozma Instagram page. So feel free to follow either one. I also have a third Instagram page, which is called Return to Pachamama Herbs, because that is the name of my company. My company is called Return to Pachamama. And I make different herbal formulas that I also sell. I have a website called which is www return the number two Pachamama, like in my Facebook name, herbs.com, where I make different formulas for different things. Anyone who has been following me for a while or who knows me personally knows that I had to beat some of my own illnesses years ago. Y'all notice also I'm getting a little chunky again, so I'm gonna have to cleanse soon, but it's all good. It's all beautiful and it's all part of the path. Relapse is a part of recovery. um, but anyone who knows me knows that there was times that I was very, very sick. And so I had to heal my own illnesses with food, with herbs, and I had to learn a lot more about healing and how the body works. So I love to share the information that I learn as I go along on my healing journey, as I go along. And now I'm more focused on the emotional healing. So you don't see me post as much about the foods and different things and being the food police like I was in the past. But yeah, it's a very beautiful journey. And so I make herbal formulas as well. If you guys notice and have been following me, y'all know that I cut my hair completely off many times. If you see my hair last summer, was it last summer? The summer before last, it was literally like I cut it like that low. And as you can see, and y'all know that hair is similar texture to mine, expands and shrinks. So what you're seeing is my hair not even being straightened. So if I were to straighten it, you'll see a lot more of the length and different things. But I actually make a hair growth formula, which is a blend of herbs that I combined and I blend down and grind down. And I actually put them in pill capsules one by one. Um, all of my healing products I pray over to provide the healing. I have a certain process on how I do my herbs. So I have herbal formulas on my website, www.return2, the number two, pachamamaherbs.com. I make different formulas for different ailments. For hair growth, I have a formula to help with the sugar, with diabetes. I have a product to help with prostate issues for men, because I had someone tell me when I first started getting on this, how come you don't make nothing for men? So I'm like, you know what? Good question. I have stuff for fibroids on my site. I have products that I make for herpes on my site. I have products that I make for um, congestion, all kinds of products that I make. And I also customize. And if a person wants to have a specific health consultation with me, there's a way you can email me to do that on one of my business emails, which is on my page. I have my website. I have an area where you can. Oh yeah, I gotta charge the speaker, but where you can even hit me up. There's a email address that you'll see on my website of how to hit me up specifically for consultation. In my consultations, I have a specific form that I have people fill out because I don't recommend shit if I don't know what's going on with your body, if I don't know what your blood type is, if I don't know what your daily habits are, food wise and herb wise and different things, if I don't know what other things are going on in your system, what medications you're on, and so forth. Oh, I'm gonna have to end soon, but that's okay. So I also do consultations. Um, I also do consultations for ailments like that, but I also do metaphysics consultations, which is not on my website, but that's something that you guys can hit me up separately from. I try to keep those things kind of separate. Um, and my other consultations consist of numerology readings, astrology readings, things of that nature. Not really astrology readings, more birth chart interpretation, I would say. Not so much reading of astrology, but the numerology is a reading, and I have various prices for different services or different amounts of time and things, depending on what a person's needs are. I also do couples readings. You want to know if you and this person is aligned, honey? I could look at those numbers and see what challenges you guys may have, or what similarities, or things that may become obstacles to look out for. So, yeah, I do it all around, and I'm actually also thinking lately about doing a audio podcast. So I used to do an audio podcast with a former friend of mine, but he and me are we stopped doing the podcast basically. Um, it was a short term podcast that people were starting to enjoy because we touched on different issues. Um, Regarding self love and things like that. And I'm thinking of doing that as kind of an extension to my YouTube that deals with the metaphysics, but also um, an extension of and that page is actually called Return to Pachamama Adult Education YouTube page. I have a children's network, but I need to put more stuff on it. That's just me doing read alouds for like the babies and stuff. Um, but my YouTube for my cookbook is the Veggiegasm cooking channel. So if you want to follow, please feel free to come to any of my platforms, like it, share it, subscribe, follow. I appreciate everyone's support, everyone who has been supportive of my journey thus far. And I'm grateful for everyone who will be supportive in the future. I'm grateful for everyone. All of you guys' support means so much to me, more than y'all even realize. Um, because it's not an easy thing to walk in purpose. It's not an easy thing to stand alone all the time and to do everything by your damn self. But I am grateful. I am so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful for the guidance and all the support. And I'm grateful to all my haters and trolls because I know who y'all are. I just don't say anything. But I'm grateful for y'all too because y'all help propel my success in the current and in the future. So I'm very grateful for everyone, the people who support me wholeheartedly, genuinely. Oh, y'all don't know what y'all mean to me. Hey, y'all, hey. Y'all don't know what y'all mean to me. And the people who bring me challenges or who have brought me challenges because y'all helped me to grow. So y'all mean a lot too. And I'm gonna close out. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for all your support, all the love. I appreciate you. And y'all have a wonderful night. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.